Hi guys, welcome back. Happy Friday. Today I will show you the full 100 exercise on the reformer. This time I'm gonna go for one sprint, which is the blueprint for the 100 exercise. If you have a strong abs, you can go one sprint and a half. That's gonna be harder for your abs. Now let's go down onto the reformer. Every single time I begin to show you the exercise for the setup of the 100. Every single time we've been talking about, okay, your shoulders need to be against the shoulder rest. But for this, it is a movement about your shoulders and your abs, yeah? For the shoulder setup, I say just leave your shoulders maybe just about ½ centimeter away from the shoulder rest, making sure your shoulders is not too compressed onto the shoulder rest, because we're gonna move your arms up and down during the exercise, making sure it's not limited your movement on the top of the shoulders. So now grab the straps on the side, and then put your hands into the small loops. So now arms need to be 90 degrees to the ceiling. For the movement here, you can use more effort to your arms to press a bit forward, or you can just purely press a carriage out a little bit and then to check the position of your arms by making sure arms need to be 90 degrees towards the ceiling. And your both arms need to be strong and outstretched, no floppy arms like this. So arms need to be strong, outstretched. And then we're gonna lift up our leg one by one to tabletop position. So here, I'm gonna show you, we need to use the Pilates way to move, even for the setup position. And most people are gonna say, oh, yeah, tabletop position, let's just do this. No, give me a big inhale through the chest. And on the exhale, feeling the wrap around on the waist. On the exhale, lift one leg up. And inhale from there. On the exhale, lift up the other leg to the tabletop, and then you close both feet and both knees together instead of just floppy legs without engaging your breath to set out the start position. So if you engage more breath here, you are started to engage your abs already by just put your both legs onto the tabletop one by one. Yeah? Okay, so now inhale. Give me a big inhale through the chest. On the exhale, give me a chest lift and press your arms down just above the hip here, not purely to the mat, because if you press your arm too low, your shoulders will tip to the forward, just above the hip here. So now inhale, get back to the start. So give me two more. Inhale, get ready. On the exhale, chest lift to press your arm down. So feeling your arms, they are reaching forward and you are pressing down, not through the arms, just through your shoulders. One more, press, and inhale, coming back to start. Yeah, so now next one, we're gonna add our legs. So now chest lift, press arm down and stretch your leg out in the same time, and then inhale, coming back to the start. Oh, give me 2 seconds rest. This is so hard. I don't know why it is called basic exercise or introductory. It is classified as the entry level exercise. Now let's set up our start position again. So on the exhale, lift up your leg one by one in a Pilates way. So now chest lift, press arm down, stretch your leg out. Your leg needs to be strong and outstretched, yeah? And then inhale, going back. So now one more. On the exhale, up, and inhale, back down. So now from there, we can have a little rest. Maybe just shake your legs, or bring the carriage in, shake your arms. The next step, what we just did, right? It's just the preparation for warm up your shoulder girdle and your abs. Next one, I'm gonna show you the full 100 exercise. We're gonna add the pumps on the arms. Let's go back to the start position. Remember, arms need to be outstretched, shoulder blade down to the mat, and then lift up your leg one by one to tabletop in Pilates way. So now our feet together and heels together. So now inhale to get ready. On the exhale, Press your chest, you press arm down, stretch your leg out in the same time. So keep pulling your belly into the mat. So inhale, you press 5 times. On the exhale, you press 5 times. With the legs, you can go back to the tabletop position when you're pumping your arms, or you can alternate your legs for every breath. Or you stretch your leg out or lift up your legs a little bit higher. So that is gonna make your ab works a bit easier. So once you have done 100, you can bend your knees first and then lower your upper body back to the start. And then put your both feet onto the full bar. Trust me, this is so hard. This is my most hated exercise. Actually, 100 exercise on the reformer is very hard because you got the tension in your hands and then in the same time you got the spring there. For people who might be a beginner, what you can do is during a group performer class, if it's too hard, you can just put your strap back and you can still do the 100. Just imagine you're on a mat, you can put your feet on the platform or just start your work like this to activate your abs. Or you can put your leg on the tabletop without any straps, or even do the 100 exercise without any straps in your hands. That is still 100. We got 100 for mat work as well. So this is 100 on the reformer, which is harder than the 100 on the mat. On the mat, you got no tension, you feel a bit easier, but in the same time, if you do the 100 on the reformer is too hard, you can do that on the mat, holding 2 dumbbells in your hand to do it. So that is still tension, some weights for the exercise, which will make it a little bit harder to challenge your ab work. So it is the 100 exercise. I do recommend you get the pattern right for this movement and then jump to the reformer after. If you can't press your lower back into the carriage, that means you are arching your back. So throughout the exercise, you need your lower back press into the mat all the time. If you don't, that means you are using your back, you are arching your back. You will get back pain afterwards. That's all. Thank you.